One of the fun things we like to do here at Electric City Speedway, at least up here in the booth, is to keep track of our fantasy picks on My Race Pass. So go ahead and download the My Race Pass app to keep up with live timing and scoring here at Electric City Speedway, as well as many racetracks around the country. Your favorite racetrack, wherever it's at. I'll be keeping an eye on the NARC Sprint cars out in Oregon, as well as here tonight at Electric City Speedway. But they've also got the extra fantasy, and, well, we're not that good, but we like to do it.
What do you mean we?
I'm not that good.
That's what I thought. No, the My Race Pass app is definitely one of the cooler parts about the sport. Being able to tune in really anywhere around the country and check out your favorite drivers, see how they're finishing, how they're racing. You guys might be familiar with the last name Leach. Both Mikey and Tyler racing the Dirt Car Summer Nationals at Fairbury American Legion Speedway here this evening. If you're interested in those results, I know Mikey had finished fourth in his heat race, did transfer out to the A main. Did not get any info on how Tyler finished. I know he was starting 8th in a pretty stacked heat there. Results to follow. If you're a Tyler Leach fan out there in the stands this evening, we do have some bad news. Tyler Leach with a DNF in heat race number 4 at Fairbury American Legion Speedway. He'll have his work cut out for him starting at the tail end of the B main. And these guys are some pretty heavy hitters, not lacking any talent over on that side of the country, especially at Fairbury American Legion Speedway for the Dirt Car Summer Nationals.
Late models, certainly no slouch back in that area of the country. We're going to do some hot laps here with the Frontier Sprint Tour before we get rolling. Rich Bailey exiting stage right before we hit the green. Christian Kinnison out there with Paxton Fleming. Josh Broadbent. Matthew Dussault. Kelly Miller. Last night's feature winner at the Gallatin Speedway. Place that he is no stranger to victory lane at. Also a victory here at Electric City Speedway at the opener.
Got Chris Wagner tuning in live via Facebook asking about the running order here for the evening. Our running order is going to essentially be slow to fast, with a little bit of a mix-up there. Sport Compacts first on the docket, followed by our Wissota Super Stocks, 360 Sprint Cars, and our Wissota Midwest Modified is going to round out the evening. So should be a good show, especially for our B mods. I think we've got 14 of them here this evening. Track already looking like it's starting to dry out. Gonna make me eat crow, and yeah, we're gonna have a little bit dry, slick racetrack here for our Wissota Midwest Modifieds, which really is something we haven't seen too much of this year.
Yeah, the Midwest Modifieds kind of being a victim of Mother Nature early on here at Electric City Speedway. So, a couple of times rain out. Same with the Super Stocks. They got rained out a couple times earlier this year as well. As we've got hot lap session number 2 out here on the racing surface. Trevor Kirkland in car number 37, the only other feature winner for the Frontier Sprint Tour thus far in the 3 events. Cruz Riggin out there as well. Giving that guy a little bit of a shout out. Got a heck of a leg on him. He's a punter for CM Russell. Always a fun follow for his racing on the social medias, but also he'll go out there and punt over a barn.
You think that's why he's so fast in a sprint car? The right foot is just maybe a little extra heavy or something? I know. He's so fast. He started fucking 6 last week and drove to 15.
Sheldon Bender out there in car number 97. Declan Fleming, Shad Peterson, Ian Myers, Brian Brown, the rest of the cars in this here session, and Rich Bailey getting a push off as well. Rich Bailey in a car that has a lot of feature wins, including one last year with Kieran Linder behind the wheel. That black 23 and rolling through turns 1 and 2. Trevor Kirkland, one of the victories for the Frontier Sprint Tour, his first win in about 3 years here at Electric City Speedway, the last time they came out. And drove up from 8th to do it, got his elbows up. As we go green on hot lap session number 2. Trouble for Ian Myers as he brings out the caution. Here in hot lap session number 2, facing the wrong way. You can't park there, Tyler.
Nope, tried many a time. Can't do that.
So we'll send these guys off the racetrack and bring them back in a little bit for their heat races. And now, welcome once again, ladies and gentlemen, to Electric City Speedway here for the tribute to dads. This one's for you, and at this time we ask that you would all please rise and remove your headgear as to deliver tonight's invocation from Racing with Jesus Ministries, Steve Fowler.
Thanks for everybody being here. Let's go to the Lord in prayer. Lord, we thank you for a beautiful evening to come and enjoy the sport of racing. We thank you for the fans that have shown up, and we thank you for the military who serve around the world to provide our freedom so that we can enjoy such a sport as this. I pray that you would especially be with them and encourage them, bless them, keep them safe, help them to know how much we appreciate all that they do to provide for this freedom for us. This evening, I pray that you'd be with the drivers, help them to perform to the best of their abilities. I pray that you would be with our crews, keep them safe, keep the drivers safe, keep the workers here at the track safe, keep our fans safe, help us have a great night of racing together. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Thank you, Steve. Now we ask that you would please remain standing as we will pay tribute to our visitors from the north with the Canadian National Anthem.
Copy that. Try and keep your hand closer to your right so I can actually get a shot of them. Or else I'll hold you right in the face.
And now for our nation's #1 song, the Star Spangled Banner.
All right, Great Falls, I just want to welcome you guys tonight for the Electric City Speedway tonight as we get to show you guys the debut of the B-Mods Sports Compact Supers and the only 360 sprint cars. So with that being in mind, I just want to tell you guys a little improvements that we've been making throughout the last probably 2 months, I guess. As you guys can see, we've got brand new lighting out here for all the drivers so that they can see that. That's been a huge improvement that we've done. It took a lot of people to make that to come alive here, and all the drivers are just raving about how it's so much easier for everybody to be able to see that. So I'm excited about that. I've got another surprise for you guys tonight. Every week we keep trying to just do a little bit more and a little bit more, and tonight I need all your guys' help. So what I need you guys to do, if you could all stand up really quick for me. I need everybody to stand up. And what we're going to do is I need the crowd to be very loud here, okay? We're going to count down really quick, starting with 5, and we're going to be able to show you guys something we haven't been able to do yet, but now tonight you guys will be the first ones to see this. So everybody start with me. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so finally we were able to get this ready for you guys. So obviously as it gets darker, that'll become more visible. Can you guys see it pretty well up there? All right, what do you think? This is just the start of what we're able to do. For partnerships, sponsorships, we're going to be able to put people's names, businesses, birthdays. We're also going to be able to do lap counting so you guys can know how many laps will be left in the race. Wouldn't you guys like to know that? All right, so this is what's coming. So we just want to be able to show you what we're able to do tonight. I'm very excited about this. The screen actually goes up another 6 feet in the air. We're a little bit shy to try it tonight, so we're going to do that when you guys aren't here to make sure everything goes well. We're probably going to reposition it a little bit, but we're very, very excited to be able to present this to you guys tonight. So I just need to check really quick. Do we have our sports compacts on there yet? Steve Fowler, where are you? We got the sports compacts coming out?
Sport compacts are in the staging areas.
Okay, perfect. All right, so with that, do we want to? Okay, so with them being ready and they're in staging, I want everybody that's here tonight to be loud. And what we're going to do is we're going to count down, and then what we're going to end up doing is say, start your engines. Can you guys work with me on that? All right, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drivers, start your engines. All right, you guys have a great time tonight. I appreciate y'all coming out supporting the Electric City Speedway. Have a great time, enjoy, and be safe.
Anything else for me? Okay.
All right, strictly business. Hit us with that E1 starting lineup after I give us the RPM Automotive. RPM Automotive is a full-service auto repair shop servicing gas, diesel, classic, modern, and even European vehicles. For more information, call 406-315-3967 or visit them at rpmautogf.com. RPM Automotive, we fix it right the first time. Tyler LaPierre with the starting lineup.
Lots of excitement here for the IMCA Sport Compacts. I don't know if I've ever seen the crowd that riled up for the Sport Compacts. That being said, let's get into it. Heat race number 1 for your IMCA Sport Compacts. From your lineup from the front to the back. Starting on the pole in car number 27, Isabella Hogue. On the outside of the front row in car number 7, Sarah McDunn. Starting third on the field in car number 22, Cassie Hudson. Starting on the outside of row number 2, car number 40, Braden Colwick. Starting third row on the inside in car number 20, TJ Wininger. Starting sixth on the field out of Townsend, Montana, car number 71, Rodney Wagner. And rounding out the field from the 7th spot out of Three Forks, Eric Frick in car number 12. They were shown 1 to go on the flag stand. The yellow light has gone out. We're going to be going green for the first time of the evening out of turn number 4, this time by. Hogue and McDunn lead the field down the back straightaway and into turn number 3. Off of turn number 4, the green flag going to wave for your IMCA Sport Compacts Heat Race number 1. Cassie Hudson looking to make some moves there on the opening lap. Sarah McDunn going to battle on the top side and hold on that top spot. Braden Colwick looking to make something happen on the top side of the speedway as well. Hogue on the bottom, Colwick up top. A little bit of bump and grind there between the 27 and the 40. We're going to stay clean and green as we complete lap number 1. Sarah McDunn, your leader, followed by Colwick, Rodney Wagner. Battle on the field between Eric Frick and Isabella Hogue right now. Eric Frick going to prevail on that one. Isabella going backwards just a little bit. Cassie Hudson going to take over that spot as well. McDunn and Colwick once again up at the top side, the front of the Speedway. Sarah McDunn doing an excellent job of holding off that 40 machine of Braden Colwick. McDunn a little sideways. Colwick with the door open. Door-to-door battle down the back straightaway and into turn number 3. Colwick with the advantage. McDunn on the top side. Off of turn number 4. Sarah McDunn going to power back around Colwick on the top side and maintain her lead. One and two seems to be a little troublesome for McDunn as here comes Colwick on the top side now. Colwick might try to dime in the corner, find a way underneath McDunn. McDunn a little out of shape at the flag stand that time. Give it to Braden Colwick. Sarah McDunn a little out of shape there in turns 1 and 2. Rodney Wagner looking to make something happen there in car number 40 as well. In car number 71, excuse me. Rodney Wagner and Braden Colwick set to do battle at the front of the Speedway. About a half a straightaway advantage is those two cars. Rodney Wagner bump and grind on Braden Colwick. White flag going to wave that time. You got yourself a new leader in the 71 Wagner. Colwick going to try to battle back on the inside. Door-to-door battle down the back straightaway. And into turn number 3. Colwick on the bottom, Wagner up top. Wagner with a little bit of a tight race car. Off of turn number 4. Rodney Wagner going to get it done in heat race number 1, followed by Braden Colwick. Cars all over the place, third on back. Eric Frick going to come home in third. Cassie Hudson fourth, and Sarah McDunn going to round out your top 5. How about that one, ladies and gentlemen? Rodney Wagner getting it done in heat race number 1 from the 6th starting position on the field.
Heat race number 2 set to take to the track. Allison Lemire and Butch Kuno on the front row. Jaden Rain and Vinny Opelt in row number 2. Caden Back and Chaz Mady will be one to watch from the 6th starting spot. And the 22 of Doug Schnableger. A little bit of confusion there with the starting lineup.
What's that? I'm sorry.
Allison Lemire going to be our pole sitter. Everybody kind of waiting on her. We are now starting to get it figured out. Your lineup en route.
Allison Lemire is pole sitter. 21 of Butch Kuno will start next to her on the outside. Jaden Rain, Vinny Opelt, Caden Back, Chaz Mady, and Doug Schnobleger. Lights out. Field, anticipating a green flag start. RPM Automotive Heat Race number 2 is underway with the Sport Compacts. Good start on the top of the racetrack for Opelt. Opelt takes off with the lead down the back, shooting into turn number 3. Chaz Mady already to the second spot off of turn number 2. As they come off of turn number 4 to complete lap number 1. Side-by-side battle. Caden Back. Trying to move his way forward. Got a car with a bumper coming off of it. Looks like... Is that off of Kuno? Looks like it's off of the 34, Jaden Rain, actually. So Yeller Feller, first yellow flag of the night. And it comes with 2 laps complete here in Heat Race number 2.
That might have been what Chaz Mady was looking for. We're going to reset now. Vinny Opelt with some company behind him in the 13 of Chaz Mady and the 21 of Butch Kuno. Both part of my fantasy draft.
Delaware double foul restart. He'll have at least a little bit of an advantage out there starting by himself. Mady does choose the outside lane. Kuno on the inside is in third. And the rest of the field in behind him. As the lights go out, we're going to go green this time.
At all. No, that's why I'm wondering if, like, upstairs? Yeah.
Back to green this time. And they're off into 1 and 2. Mady looks high, now dips her down low through 1 and 2. Can't make anything happen. Here comes Caden back into the 3rd spot off of turn number 2 in car number 50. Into turn number 3, off of turn number 4 to complete another lap. Opel, Mady, Back, Kuno, Rain, Lemire, and Schnobleger. Lemire pushes through 1 and 2, and Schnobleger is able to gain a spot. Mady all over Opelt this time through 3 and 4 as the race is on for the lead. Into 1 and 2, Mady looking high, now dips her down low, puts the nose to the inside, can't make it happen. Opelt, Mady, Back, Rain, and Kuno, your top 5. Off of turn number 4, Opelt going to complete another lap. Halfway home, 4 up, 4 down, 4 to go. Here in Heat Race number 2. This time, Mady going way high. Through 1 and 2, can't make it happen. Now through 3 and 4, he looks high, cuts her down low through 3 and 4. Side by side for the race lead. Opelt is able to hold on to it. Into 1 and 2. Mady now making Opelt go high. He's going to drive her in deep into turn number 3. Off of turn number 4, he gets a little bit of a squirrely squirrel. As off of turn number 4, Opelt is able to hold on to it. 2 to go. Matey to the inside through 1 and 2. Keeping his nose down there side by side. NHRA drag race down the back straightaway. Sending her off and sliding across the groove is Chaz Matey looking for the lead. Opelt dips her back down low off of turn number 4 at the white flag. Into 1 and 2. Opelt's going to have one last shot, but ain't no way. Chaz Matey is able to sail her through on the top of the racetrack. He's rolling like Limp Bizkit down the back straightaway. And into turn number 3. Off of turn number 4, a 6-1 run for Chaz Matey. Vinny Opelt in second. Caden back from 5th to 3rd. And the rest of the field. How about it, ladies and gentlemen? Chaz Matey, a very patient run. He was all over the back end of Opelt throughout that entire race, really, Tyler, as it finally able to make that move.
As we prepare to switch gears and bring out your Wissota Super Stocks, brought to you by AutoWorks Repair and More. For all your service and repair, tire service, oil change and lube, check engine light, fleet repair, and all other light maintenance needs, visit AutoWorks Repair and More at 320 2nd Avenue South or call them at 406-799-6655. Heat race number 1 of your AutoWorks Repair and More Wissota Super Stocks. Your lineup from the front to the back. Starting on the pole. Out of Bozeman, Montana, car number 108, B-Money Bill Monet. On the outside of the front row in car number 2, PJ Popham. Starting on the inside of row number 2, car number 67, Casey Stephenson. Starting 4th on the field out of Belgrade, Montana, car number 11, Will Morgan. Starting 3rd row on the inside, car number 185, a new look for him tonight, Pacer Popham. Starting 6th on the field, car number 1K, Levi DuPaul. Starting 4th row on the inside, car number 85, Patrick Lemire. And rounding out the field, out of Deer Lodge, Montana, from the 8th spot, car number 00, Bo Brown. 8 cars set to do battle for 8 laps. Here at AutoWorks Repair and More Wissota Super Stocks.
I think we got signal. Hold on. Looks like it.
So after further review, it looks like Eric Frick is leading the IMCA Sport Compact fantasy draft standings, which I feel like has got to be some sort of insider trading.
He's definitely got an inside track on his dirt draft.
Who knows what's going? He might be out there cutting brake lines and I don't know. I don't know what to think. I don't like it. We'll just say that. That being said, the yellow light has gone out. Your drivers were shown 1 to go at the flag stand that last time by. We're going to be going green at a turn number 4 this time around.
Yeah.
B Money, Bill Monet, and PJ Popham going to lead the field down the back straightaway and into turn number 3. We got them racked and stacked, ready to fire here. We're green in heat race number 1 of your Wissota Superstocks. Monet on the bottom. PJ Popham going to break check and get around him down the back straightaway. Popham on the bottom, Monet up top. A little bit of contact made there between PJ Popham and Bill Monet. PJ Popham going to lead lap number 1. Casey Stevenson sitting in that 3rd spot comfortably. Pacer Popham driving the 185 in that 4th spot now. Off turn 4, Bill Monet a little out of shape. Casey Stevenson going to get out of the gas. Try to keep out of the backside of that 108 machine. Pacer Popham with a run down the back straightaway. He's going to get out of the gas as well. PJ Popham continues to lead. He extends that lead over a 1.7 second advantage now. Pacer Popham going to fall off the pace just a little bit. Casey Stevenson continues to battle with the 108 of Bill Monet. At the halfway point, PJ Popham continues to lead. Bill Monet closing the gap just a little bit. Casey Stevenson not going to get it done out of turn number 2 that time around. Casey Stevenson looking for every opportunity that he can muster to get around the 108 of Bill Monet. A little bit of lap traffic in front of your leader in the 1K of Levi DuPaul. Off of turn number 4, the battle continues to heat up between Stevenson and Monet. Slide job out of Casey Stevenson, going to get a little tight in the center. Losing a lot of ground. Here comes Pacer Popham now. As the white flag waves, PJ Popham going to find a way around Levi DuPaul. Pacer Popham looking to get around Levi DuPaul as well. Not going to get it done. Contact between Pacer Popham and Levi DuPaul. Pacer Popham going to lose some ground there to Casey Stevenson. PJ Popham going to win heat race number 1, followed by Bill Monet. Casey Stevenson, Pacer Popham, and Patrick Lemire, your top 5. How about that one, ladies and gentlemen? Put your hands together for PJ Popham getting it done in heat race number 1 of your Wissota Superstocks. He's sponsored by Pacer Sign and Design, Bush Barn Industries, AC Free Range CPA, Fathom Realty, D&M Race Engines, Upfront Custom Race Bodies, Knoll Transport, Elysian Salon, and Dusty Popham Realtor.
Auto Works Repair and more. Heat race number 2, taking the racetrack for the Wissota Superstocks. On the front row, in car number 93, right here in Great Falls, is Clay Irwin. On the outside of the front row out of Joplin, car number 22, it'll be Andrew Nelson. Inside of row number 2 is Bodie Smith out of Bozeman. Matt Tribble on the outside out of Three Forks in the 4T. Row number 3, Chris Fielding in the 936 out of Houston, Montana. Chance Carlisle out of Great Falls in the 22C. And out of Calgary, Alberta, car number 70, it'll be Jason Johnstone. All right. Heat race number 2 for the Auto Works Repair and More with Soda Superstocks. Lights out. Irwin and Nelson. Smith and Tribble. Fielding and Johnstone, and then Chance Carlisle electing to go to the rear of the field for this 7-car, 8-lap heat race. Green flag. And they're off into 1 and 2. Clay Irwin slides up and takes the top spot. Matt Tribble to the inside. Andrew Nelson. Nelson pushes big time. Sideways right in front of Jason Johnstone. Johnstone, who's making his season debut here at Electric City Speedway, gave him a little nudge, but is able to get away. Andrew Nelson spins it out after sitting on the outside of the front row, so he brought out the caution. So he will go to the pits. So Matt Tribble will move up to the front row. Clay Irwin and Matt Tribble now on the front row. Bodie Smith and Jason Johnstone. Chris Fielding and Chance Carlisle. Lights out. Field rumbles down the back straightaway and into turn number 3. We'll try it again this time. Green flag is out. And they're off into 1 and 2. This time Matt Tribble squirting through and taking the top spot off of turn number 2. Clay Irwin into the second spot. Johnstone into 3. Smith in 4th as he pushes big time off of turn number 4. Chris Fielding to the inside off of turn number 4. The 936 is into the 4th position. Chance Carlisle off the pace in the 22C. Falling back big time. Matt Tribble out in front. Clay Irwin in 2nd. Jason Johnstone in 3rd as Carlisle retires for this race. Tribble into 1 and 2. Trying to fight that race car as he rolls down the back straightaway. Johnstone closing up, about a lane up higher than Clay Irwin is running. Not able to make a move this time. Now through 1 and 2. He puts the 70 on the outside. Can't make the pass. Irwin is able to slam that door in the 93. Now Johnstone gets squirrely off of turn number 4. Here comes Chris Fielding in the 936. Fielding smoothly trying to make his way back up, trying to make his way up through the field. Bodie Smith challenged on the outside through 1 and 2 that time. Couldn't make anything happen. As we come off of turn number 4 to complete another lap, Matt Tribble, Irwin, Johnstone, Fielding, and Smith. Now coming off of turn number 4, 2 laps to go for Matt Tribble. Everybody pretty much running on the middle of, on the low side of the middle groove, all the way around the Electric City Speedway right now. Clay Irwin now under duress once again from Jason Johnstone. Johnstone holding his own in his Electric City Speedway 2026 debut. Johnstone tried to cut it down, get a run on the 93 through 1 and 2 that time. Couldn't make it happen. Now through 3 and 4. Johnstone keeping the pressure applied as Matt Tribble wins it. Clay Irwin in 2nd. Jason Johnstone in 3rd. Chris Fielding and Bodie Smith. All right, that concludes the Super Stock Heat races. Put your hands together for Matt Tribble, ladies and gentlemen, getting it done in heat race number 2. And now you see him in the staging area, getting pushed out, ready to go. It's time for the Frontier Sprint Tour.
Electric City Speedway, the Frontier Sprint Tour gets ready for their heat races. 8 laps as heat race number 1 takes to the track. Triple X Chassis, heat race number 1, starting on the inside, row number 1 on pole from Great Falls, Montana, the Homeland Properties Western Office Equipment, Randy Wenzek, Pacer Sign and Design, Lowenbro, number 24M, that's Ian Myers. To his outside, from Anderson, Alberta, Canada, in the Rig Rentals, Trijet Services, Carlin Services, Summit Specialized, RPB Industries, Construction Group, number 17F, it's Paxton Fleming. Inside row 2, from Lethbridge, Alberta, Canada, the DSLR Corp Overweight Trucking Horizon Truck and Body Kinetic Customs, it's the 2JR, 2-time race winner this season, Smiley Kelly Miller. His outside, the first we'll see of a 305 sprint car tonight from Denton, Texas. Performance Battery Solutions, Bray Industries, Michael King, Dream Coatings, TR Graphics on the car. It's the number 00, Christian Kinnison. In row number 3, from Nanton, Alberta, Canada, in the Bender Custom Concrete, Sierra Industries, Mean Creek Outfitters, Ballin Customs, Bender Trailers, number 97X. That will be Sheldon Bender. To his outside, from Great Falls, Montana, Lush Schwab Tires, Flippin' Family Fun, La Cocinca, Mexican Restaurant, Paulson's Power Sports, number 6C, it's the Montana Kid, Cruz Riggin. And starting shotgun on the field from East Helena, Montana, in the Cat Paving Man Store, Lucky Bucky's, J. Lowry Excavating, Summit Collision, number 38B, it's Brian Brown. Kelly Miller, your points leader so far, gone 2 of 3 so far in the Frontier Sprint Tour. A bad draw has him starting in third. A great chance for him to bank some passing points and come meet you all here on the front stretch in the intermission as we do our redraw. This heat last night sees some guys that had some problems. Paxton Fleming broke a power steering line in his heat race last night, came back to get hard charger. And Sheldon Bender in the main event last night ended up pulling off very early on, had some brake problems, got those fixed in the last 24 hours. He's all good to go. Looked fast out there in hot laps. We're in 3 and 4, getting ready to come around for the first time. We are green in heat race action. An amazing start for Fleming. He's going to run away. Kinnison winds it up around the outside, and we stay green, but problems for Paxton Fleming again already as Christian Kinnison into the lead early on. Caution comes out for the stopped car of Paxton Fleming. It was a fantastic start for that 17F, but it was all for naught as it looked like he hit something. His car got all jacked up, and he ended up coming to a stop immediately, losing power right after that. So we'll be curious to see what happened to the 17F, but another horrible heat race result for the man out of Anderson, Alberta, Canada. Not what he'll have wanted to see in back-to-back nights, having problems in his heat race. Taking a quick look down at the field, it looks like they're going to say they did not get a full lap in. An official lap for us here in the Frontier Sprint Tour isn't the full field crossing the line. It's a leader plus 1. But it looks like they didn't get that full lap in, so we're going to go back to a double foul restart. New lineup is going to be Ian Myers inside pole. He'll retain the pole after losing the lead on the initial start. Christian Kinnison to his outside. Behind Ian Myers will be Kelly Miller and Cruz Riggin on the outside, and then Sheldon Bender and Brian Brown rounding out your field, as it looks like they're going to push off Paxton Fleming. Unfortunate ending to his heat race tonight. Christian Kinnison is an interesting driver in this tour. Hometown listed as Nanton, Alberta, or Denton, Texas, as we're getting ready to go back green here. Through 3 and 4, we're back green in heat race action. This time Ian Myers gets a better start, and he's going to keep it wound up on the bottom. Kinnison looks to go back down low, but he gets held up. Taking off now is Ian Myers. He held him for a long time, but they get back going. A little bit of a slip up for Riggin, and Kelly Miller going backwards. Not something we see very often, but he's going to get out to the top and get right back around Brian Brown. Looks like a poor handling race car. He got really tight there in the early, and he's loose there as he cuts down, but he's going to keep it rolling on the inside of Brian Brown. He will claim that 4th position. Meanwhile, back up front, it's Ian Myers coming out to a gap the tune of 1.2 seconds over Christian Kinnison in second. An impressive run for Cruz Riggin there in the 3rd place. But Kelly Miller is getting ready to be all over the back of him. Drivers showing the cross ticks as here comes Kelly Miller. He's stuck in Cruz Riggin. He's going to take it about a lane higher than him and try to cut it down. But turns 1 and 2 are not looking great for Kelly Miller. He keeps just having a little mistake right there on entry. Stays with Riggin now, who's still right there keeping Kinnison honest. But Riggin cannot go on the defense as he has to protect from Kelly Miller. Gets really wound up around the outside into 3rd position. Back where he started is Kelly Miller. He's going to try to keep the momentum growing, but it was a nice slider line from Kinnison. Doesn't matter. Here comes Kelly Miller into 2nd. Big slide to the top. Kinnison's going to come back by him, but Miller holds the position. White flag coming to the checkered. It's going to be an impressive win for Ian Myers. 1st heat race win of the season. And coming back through, Kelly Miller in 2nd. And it'll be Christian Kinnison in 3rd. What a run for Ian Myers. Takes off from the pole and stays there as Kelly Miller put on a show, dropped way to the back, fought all the way back to the front. But from the pole, your heat race winner from Great Falls, Montana, Homeland Properties, Western Office Equipment, Randy Wenzek, Pacer Sign and Design, Lowenbro, Daferman, Guy Tobacco Construction, BBI Chassis, Halftime Sports Bar Casino, the 24M, Ian Myers. Ian Myers, the 24M, your heat race winner. Banks some passing points. We'll see if we see him later on tonight. But heat race number 2, getting ready to pull off. The Saldana Racing Products. Heat race number 2 looks like this. On the pole from Helena, Montana, Chevy of Helena, AA Transmission, Kirkness Roofing, Bill Willis Masonry, The Man Store. Your winner the last time out here at Electric City Speedway, number 37, TK Trevor Kirkland. Starting to his outside, from Anderson, Alberta, Canada, the Dewar Lakeland, Carlin Services Ltd, Commotion Creek Contracting, RPB Industries, Linden Equates, number 7F, Declan Fleming. Row number 2, from Casper, Wyoming, Play with Gravity, Riverview Chevrolet, Heiser Farms, Skull Tree Brewing on the car. It's the number 2, Cadillac, Chad Peterson. To his outside, from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, in the Dewar Lakeland, Cimarron Ventures, LD Filtration, MSD Electric Custom Automotive, number 97, it's Matthew Dussault. And on the final row, row number 3, starting 5th, from Ballantyne, Montana, in the JCT Trucking Property, Merck Groom Paint Shop, Vinyl Monkeys Pilot 406, number 511, Josh Broadbent. And shotgun on the field in the 23N from Helena, Montana. The number Nubby Peterson owned car. It's Rich Bailey. Rich Bailey rounding out your field of 6. Heat number 1 put on a show. We'll see what heat number 2 could do. We have a lot of fast cars in this one. Notably, Trevor Kirkland starting on pole, which is always a great place to start unless you're the field and it's Trevor Kirkland starting up there. That guy is consistently fast. We saw him win the last time the Frontier Sprint Tour came out to Electric City Speedway But got to give a shout to Declan Fleming while we're talking about fast cars. He's had some bad luck out here in Electric City Speedway, but he's getting back on track. We saw him last night run in about 5th, had a really fast heat race, fast early on. And you got to look at the back, too. Rich Bailey has not finished outside of the top 3 so far this season. 3 cars have traded the spots in the top 3, and it is Kelly Miller, Rich Bailey, and Trevor Kirkland. So it's going to be a fantastic heat race, as you're going to see him start to get lined up, coming around the front straightaway. Trevor Kirkland, another driver to have issues last night. He finished 2nd. That is true, but anyone who may have seen the racing last night in Belgrade, Montana, would have noticed he was smoking for the majority of the 25 laps that we run. And it turned out he had lost a cylinder, first one. And so an unfortunate night and a busy day to get a new engine in that piece, and they are really confident that it will be a fast engine. But the lights are out around the speedway as heat race number 2 is getting ready to go green. Saldana Race Products heat race number 2 coming through turns 3 and 4. The second heat race goes green. Trevor Kirkland gets a great jump, but Declan Fleming's going to power by around the outside. Caution comes out. This one's coming back. Officials did not like what they saw on that initial race start, and they're going to immediately go to the yellow flag. And we're going to try this again. Once again, lights are extinguished around the speedway. We're going to try to get a little bit of a cleaner start here. Once again, it is Trevor Kirkland, Paxton Fleming, Shad Peterson, Matthew Dussault, Josh Broadbent, and Rich Bailey, making up your field of 6 Frontier Region 360 sprint cars into 3 and 4 for the final time. Once again, heat race number 2 goes green. A much better start for the 37 of Kirkland. He's going to already be ahead of Fleming. Fleming's going to hold off the charge from Dussault and start to run away from him. Through 3 and 4, your first lap. Give it to Trevor Kirkland with Declan Fleming keeping him honest. The battle for 3rd begins as they go over a bump there in 1 and 2, but the battle for 3rd, Rich Bailey and Matthew Dussault fighting as Bailey applies the pressure. Running about the same line. Dussault, the red 97, one of 2 that we have here tonight, you'll have noticed. And then behind him, Rich Bailey in the black, blue, and gold. Number 23N. Back up front as they start to get spread out a little bit. Trevor Kirkland once again simply running away with it as the cross sticks are shown. The second start did enough. Trevor Kirkland getting it wound up in the top lane as he continues to pull away from Declan Fleming to the tune of 1.6 seconds. Rich Bailey has fallen back a little bit from Matthew Dussault as these drivers start to get settled in a little high there for Bailey. And the battle may be your lap traffic, and it's for 4th. Because Broadbent is not letting Chad Peterson get away, but the white flag is in the air for Trevor Kirkland. Another impressive race for the number 37 crew. And through 3 and 4, Trevor Kirkland is going to be your winner of heat race number 1. Second goes to Declan Fleming, Matthew Dussault in 3rd. Coming home in 4th, Rich Bailey. But your Saldana Race Products heat race number 2 goes to the Chevy of Helena, Double A Transmission, Kirkness Roofing, Bill Willis Masonry, The Man Store, number 37, TK Trevor Kirkland. I'm going to hand it back over, and you'll see me here in a little bit in intermission for our redraw.
Staybridge Sweets Wissota Midwest Modifieds. Last couple of heat races for the evening. Staybridge Suites is an extended stay hotel offering elevated residential styles, studios and suites, complimentary daily breakfast buffet, complimentary light bites and happy hour 3 days a week, and ample amenities to accommodate both short-term and extended stay guests. Call 406-761-4903 or visit www.staybridge.com to book your stay today.
Heat race number 1 for your Wissota Midwest Modifieds, brought to you by Staybridge Suites. Your lineup from the front to the back. Starting on the pole in car number 33Z, Luke Zampich. On the outside of the front row, car number 16, Ounce, C.R. Eisenzimmer. Starting third on the field out of Helena, Montana, in the OG, Cody Pfeiffer. Starting on the outside of row number 2, car number 44 out of Lewistown, Montana, Devin Jadwin. From the inside of row number 3, car number 64, Jerry Sangray Jr. And rounding out the field in heat race number 1. From the 6th spot, car number 54, Joseph Brooks. Kelby, after our 360 wing sprint car events and our super stocks, how are you looking on your My Race Pass fantasy draft?
Well, I am... Here, let's reload this real quick.
Let's look at the overall standings. Let's go ahead and look at the overall standings.
So overall, I am 11th.
Those are rookie numbers. Got to pump them numbers up.
You're number 1, aren't you?
No, I'm number 3. But
okay.
I'm close.
Okay. Yeah. A lot closer than I am.
I'm close.
The sport compacts are what's hindering me right now. I got 12th. So,
yeah,
there's that.
I'm 11th in the sport compacts as well as the 360 sprints.
So you must have gotten everything in the super stocks correct.
I'm
then.
real good at super stock racing, my man. I don't know what to tell you.
Casey Stephenson, picking Casey Stephenson. Just pick the fast guys in the super stocks. That one's pretty easy. I'm not gonna lie.
The yellow light has gone out on the flag stand. We're being shown 1 to go. We're going to be going green at a turn number 4, this time by Zampich and Eisenzimmer. Going to lead the field down the back straight away and into turn number 3. We got them racked and stacked, ready to fire here at Electric City Speedway. We're green in heat race number 1 for your Wissota Midwest Modifieds. Field Thunder is into turns 1 and 2. Contact between Cody Pfeiffer and Devin Jadwin. Luke Zampich got something going on. Going to fall back to the tail end of the field. Jadwin up top, Pfeiffer on the bottom. Put Jadwin in that second spot. Eisenzimmer up front, Jadwin in second. Eisenzimmer in third. Brooks followed by Sangray. Devin Jadwin making a diamond out of turns 1 and 2. Eisenzimmer keeping that race car somewhere near the center of the speedway. As we click off another lap, Devin Jadwin appears to be gaining on your leader, C.R. Eisenzimmer. At the halfway point, Devin Jadwin inching up on the 16-ounce. Eisenzimmer continues to lead. Jadwin in second, Brooks in third. Jerry Sangre Jr. off the pace, down the back straightaway. Smoke out of the 64 machine. Yellow flag gonna wave. We will reset the field with 2 laps to go. We started with 6, and then there were 4. We will have a Delaware double file restart. C.R. Eisenzimmer is going to be up front all by his lonesome. Devin Jadwin in that second spot will choose high or low. Joseph Brooks will follow suit. Going to have these cars pack in a little bit of fluid on the top side of the speedway there on the exit of turn number 2. Devin Jadwin going to elect the top side of the field. Joseph Brooks will be on the bottom for your Delaware double file restart. The yellow light has gone out. They were shown when to go at the flag stand that time by. We're going to be going green out of turn number 4. C.R. Eisenzimmer going to lead the field down the back straightaway and into turn number 3. Off of turn number 4. The green flag going to wave for C.R. Eisenzimmer and your Wissota Midwest Modified Heat Race number 1. Devin Jadwin going to rocket back by the 54 on the top side of the speedway. Hold on to that second spot. C.R. Eisenzimmer going to continue to lead. C.R. Eisenzimmer behind a Chevrolet-powered concept engine in that fast-track chassis. Devin Jadwin going to take a peek to the inside that time by. Is the white flag going to wave? Devin Jadwin in a 602 Chevrolet crate-powered Skyrocket looking to make something happen. Not going to get it done off of turn number 4. C.R. Eisenzimmer going to win heat race number 1. Devin Jadwin in second. Joseph Brooks in third. Cody Pfeiffer going to round out the field. How about that one, ladies and gentlemen? Put your hands together for C.R. Eisenzimmer, getting it done in heat race number 1 of your Wissota Midwest Modifieds.
Defending Midwest Modifieds champion here at Electric City Speedway, C.R. Eisenzimmer. Staybridge Suites Wissota Midwest Modifieds heat race number 2, set to line up like this. On the front row in the 24S, Carl Sangre. On the outside in the 4C, it'll be Travis Shoemate. Row number 2 in the 086 on the inside, Tommy Bush. And on the outside in the 1H out of Black Eagle, Vernon Hill Jr. Current track championship points leader. Now we do ask that you would please find a seat as cars are rolling on the racetrack. Things fly off of race cars, and even if they're just idling around the racetrack, they can hurt. Miss standing up on the front straightaway fence. Need you to find a seat. Thank you very much. Michael Shore and Dayton Liscombe in row number 3. Lights out. Final heat race of the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, cheer them on. Sangray and Shoemate on the front row. 8 laps. Locked and stocked and ready to rock off of turn number 4. Green flags in the air. Drag race into 1 and 2. Shoemate on the bottom. Sangray on the inside. Give it to Shoemate with the edge. Here comes Vernon Hill Jr. Sangray a little squirrely squirrel. Here comes VJ. VJ into turn number 3. Going to dip her down low off of turn number 4. Go side by side with the 4C for the lead. Shoemate has the top spot into 1 and 2. Vernon Hill Jr. into second. Hill tried a bit of a diamond maneuver as Bush takes the third spot from Sangray. Dayton Liscombe trying to move up as he steps up his pursuit in the battle for 4th. Shoemate continuing to lead out in front in the 4C. Vernon Hill Jr. puts the 1H on the inside trying to run down the 4C. He's keeping pace with him. Just under a half a second is the lead for Shoemate. That time it stays at about that, 0.3 of a second. Liscombe pushes off a turn number 2, and the 22 of Shore is able to move up a spot. Vernon Hill Jr. closes up on Travis Shoemate. Lead still at 0.3 of a second, so Hill not really gaining anything, but he is keeping pace. If Shoemate makes any mistake, this time off of turn number 4, he pulls even with him, but Shoemate is able to muscle back around him. Back through 1 and 2. Vernon Hill Jr. cuts it down, looking for a move. Into turn number 3, he settles back into behind the 4C. Shoemate struggling in the middle of the turn, and that's going to allow Vernon Hill Jr. to take the lead by the hair on his chinny chin chin. Check that. By 6/1000ths of a second, Travis Shoemate is able to hold on to it that time. Hill looking to refire off of turn number 4. Tommy Bush is sailing it in the 086. Trying to make up some ground. Is into 1 and 2. The white flag is out. One last chance for Vernon Hill Jr. He airs him up high into turn number 3. Going to try and cut it down off of turn number 4. Going to turn for the checkered flag. Travis Shoemate holds on. Shoemate by 1/10 of a second. Vernon Hill Jr. in second. Tommy Bush, Carl Sangray, Michael Shore, and Dayton Liscombe. How about it, ladies and gentlemen? The 406 flooring 4C of Travis Shoemate wins the final heat race of the evening. And now's that time of the evening where we invite you to stretch your legs, visit the snack bar, visit the gear grabbers, the gear garage rather. Last chance to get in on the Kids Club Trophy presentation as well as the Father's Day drawings, so get in on that. Feature events coming up after this break. So the Frontier Sprint Tour is going to be doing their draw down in the front straightaway. You see drivers are already making their way to the front straightaway for that. We need 6 kids to go to the front gate. First 6 will be chosen for a little specialty thing down there on the front straightaway. So go ahead and report to the front gate.
Electric City Speedway, you have your 6 top passing points drivers coming down to the front stretch, and we're going to start right here with Ian Myers. Ian, you go pole to heat race win, absolutely pulled away. First of all, how did it feel, and also how does it feel getting to be up here in front of Electric City Speedway redrawn?
Yeah, no, it's pretty good. It's the heat race and everything. The car was just on point, and we nailed the setup and have consistent laps, and it sure pays off. So.
All right, Ian, you're going to pick one of these amazing kids down here, and they're going to draw your Frisbee. All right, pick a Frisbee.
Then you're going to give this. Okay, what's the number?
And Ian Myers is going to draw the 1. She pulls the 1 Frisbee for him, and he will start on pole of the main event tonight. They're getting that. While they're getting that picture and everything sorted out, we're going to get Trevor Kirkland over here. Trevor, it was a little shaky on the first start. She's already pulled her Frisbee. It was a little shaky on the initial start, but you get the restart and you pull away and win it. Were you a little worried there on that initial start before it got called back?
Well, it's a borrowed motor. I got to thank Rich Bailey and Bailey Motorsports for allowing us to use his motor, and he kept telling me all day that it stumbles, so I kind of went a little early. But on truth be told, the one next to me went first, but he said he just revved his motor up. So anyways, we'll take the second one and go from there, and it was a good heat race. So yeah, we'll looking forward to the future here and see what we can do.
All right, we'll have your kid actually draw this time. And she's going to pull the 2. The front row is taken with our first 2 drivers. Next up, we're going to pull over Kelly Miller. Kelly, we talked before tonight's race, and I asked you if you could just hang back a little bit and fire it up for the final 3 laps, make it a little entertaining for us. Were you just thinking about that in the car, those opening laps?
Yeah, we figured we'd give it a try in the heat race, maybe give a couple guys a little bit of a head start and try to pass some cars, and it felt pretty good, so hopefully we can do it again in the main.
All right, well, it was a fast car, got up to second. Have your kid pick your thing, and we'll see where Kelly Miller will get to start in the feature. It's going to be the 4 outside row number 2. The 3 remains. We're going to pull Declan Fleming now. Declan, we just had Trevor Kirkland saying that you were the one who jumped the start there. How do you feel about that, and how did you feel about your heat race?
The car was just bogging down a little bit, so I tried to rev it up just to get it going. But I think the second start will take it.
All right, pick your kid, and we'll see where you'll be starting here. 3, 5, and 6 remain. Tough decision here. She takes a look. She's got her corner, and it's going to be number 3, inside row number 2 for Declan Fleming. We're going to pull Christian Kinnison, fastest 305, possibly on the planet right now. What were you thinking there before that caution came out, and it looked like you were going to get the lead there early on?
All I was thinking was go, 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 go. I didn't need that thing to come back front and stay in front of these fast guys. Ian's got his equipment together, and obviously he gets the track prep here all week, so he knows what to do, and unfortunately it did get called back, and I knew he wasn't going to make the mistake a second time. And I guess we're going to start 5th or 6th, but at the end of the day, we're here to have fun, and thank you, fans, for coming out. Without you guys, we couldn't get to do what we love to do, so thank you guys.
All right, buddy. He's got his kid. It's inside or outside row number 3. Difficult choice. It'll be inside row 3, starting 5th. And final driver will grab Matthew Dussault. It wasn't a glamorous heat, but enough to get the job done. Matthew Dussault, what are you thinking of being up here, and what do you think of your heat race?
Well, the heat race was it was pretty good. We did what we needed to do and held Rich off. Car felt good. We just didn't have as much speed as the other guys, but yeah, it feels great to be up here in the redraw.
Well, you've got your kid. You know where you're going to start, but get it done anyway. It's the 6, as we all know. Outside row number 3. That'll be your front 3 rows for your Frontier Sprint Tour tonight. We got some more stuff coming up, and these drivers will stay and sign some of these Frisbees for these guys.
All right. As you can see, what I'm holding in my hands is a t-shirt cannon. Will only shoot a t-shirt at you, to you, rather. I have to say to you. Not at you. He said, dang it. Anyways, where are the rowdy people at?
as we bring out your RPM Automotive IMCA Sport Compact main event. 14 cars set to do battle for 20 laps. RPM Automotive is a full-service auto repair shop servicing gas, diesel, classics, modern, and even European vehicles. For more information, call 406-315-3967 or visit rpmautogf.com. RPM Automotive. We fix it right the first time. Your lineup for your RPM Automotive IMCA Sport Compacts from the back to the front. In row number 7, on the outside, car number 9, Allison Lemire. Starting 13th on the field in car number 27, Isabella Hogue.
Row number 6 on the outside in car number 21 from right here in Great Falls, it is Butch Kuno. On the inside of row number 6 in the 11th starting position, the 20T, is TJ Wenninger.
Starting 10th on the field out of Three Forks, Montana, car number 12, Eric Frick. Starting 9th on the field in car number 13, Chaz Mady.
Row number 4 in the 22 car, it'll be Doug Schnablegger out of Townsend. And also out of Townsend, the 71, Rodney Wagner, starting 7th.
Starting on the outside of row number 3, car number 50B, Caden Back. Starting on the inside of row number 3, car number 3, Junior, Vinny Vincent Opelt.
Row number 2 on the outside, car number 40 from right here in Great Falls, it'll be Braden Colwick. On the inside of row number 2 at Great Falls, in car number 34, Jaden Rain.
On the outside of the front row, car number 22, Cassie Hudson. And starting on the pole for your RPM Automotive IMCA Sport Compact main event, car number 7, Sarah McDunn.
14 cars in this feature event, 20 laps the distance. That's some pretty fast cars having to come from deep here. They've got plenty of time to do it.
Rightfully so. I do think it'll be interesting seeing some of those guys have to navigate their way through some traffic to get to the front of the field. Cassie Hudson and Sarah McDunn on the front row should be a good time.
Particularly looking at row number 5 with Chaz Mady and Eric Frick on it. Both of those drivers made their way through their heat races pretty well, had their elbows up. So definitely cars to keep your eye on. Car number 13 and car number 12 in this Sport Compact feature.
I don't know how your fantasy draft is looking. The 360 sprints did not do me any favors. I'm currently sitting 23rd for the 360 wing sprint cars. Although I do make up for that by being in the lead for the Wissota Midwest Modifieds.
I am not doing that well.
I thought you were the sprint car guy, dude. What's going on?
I don't know, man. Not the sprint car guy anymore, I guess.
The yellow light has gone out. We're going to be going green at turn number 4, this time by Sarah McDunn and Cassie Hudson.
You kids down on the front straightaway fence need to find a seat right now. You kids sitting down on the front straightaway fence need to find a seat right now.
Field thunders into turns 1 and 2. A little bit of contact made there. Everybody kind of pinballing across one another. Vinny Opelt going to stay clean and green. Chaz Mady going to fall to the tail of the field. He'll have to drive this one from deep. We got him 4 wide for that 5th spot on the field.
3 and 4 wide through the field as the 22 of Hudson takes the lead. The 44 into the 2nd spot. And Caden back into 3rd.
Braden Colwick in that 2nd spot. Caden back looking to take a peek to the inside into turns 1 and 2. Colwick through the center, back on the bottom. Back going to fall back just a little bit As we got him 3 wide down the back straightaway and into turn number 3. Back on the bottom, Kolwick up top. Bumping and grinding all over the place. That's the 2.2 Doug Schnableger holding on to that second spot now.
Schnableger into second, Caden back into third. Kolwick back into fourth as Opelt is into fifth. Keeping an eye on Chaz Mady in car number 13. He has worked his way back into the top 10. Running about the 9th spot. 13 as the race is on for the lead, Tyler.
Doug Schnableger trying to take some shots at the 22 of Cassie Hudson. Cassie Hudson leading her first handful of laps here at Electric City Speedway. Contact there between Isabella Hogue and Sarah McDunn. We're going to stay green. Caden back looking to set his sights on Cassie Hudson now up front.
Dog fight for the race lead. A 3-way battle. Schnableger and back all over the rear end of Hudson off of turn number 2. Back has a run on the top of the racetrack into turn number 3. The 50 is going to get pushed up as Schnableger is trying to turn it down underneath off of turn number 4. Hudson's able to hold it, but here comes Caden back.
Caden back looking to take a peek on the top side. Schnableger on the bottom. Out at turn number 2. Door-to-door battle. Back and Hudson. Down the back straightaway and into turn number 3. Little bit of lap traffic in front of them. That's Sarah McDunn getting put a lap down. Caden back. You got yourself a new leader in the 50B.
Schnableger looking to follow him through. Hudson not able to close the door. Schnableger in the 2.2 is going to put that car in the second spot. Off of turn number 2, he's got to run. Here comes Vinny Opelt. Hudson battles back on the inside. Battle for second. Contact. They're both up and almost into the wall. Schnableger does smack that wall off of turn number 4.
Cassie Hudson with a flat right front tire. Lots of cars all over the place. Contact is made there. Doug Schnableger gets turned up towards the fence. All kinds of movement on this one. Caden back continues to lead up front.
Now Vinny Opelt playing chase in the 3 car in the second spot. Kolwick is into the 3rd position. Chaz Mady is up and into the 5th spot off of turn number 2 this time. Caden back continues to lead in the 50.
About a straightaway advantage is Caden back over the 13 of Chaz Mady. Chaz Mady has some work cut out in front of him as we approach the halfway point. Vinny Opelt sitting in that second spot.
Lap traffic right in front of Caden back into turn number 3 this time. Back trying to put a lap on Butch Kuno. Vinny Opelt licking his chops, trying to pull up to the back bumper. The 50 is back, clears the 21 off of turn number 4.
Caden back looking to put Isabella Hogue a lap down as well. Down the back straightaway, he's going to take a peek to the bottom. He's going to get around her clean. We're going to stay green here in this one. Caden back continues to lead with a 1.3 second advantage over Vinny Opelt.
Chaz Mady now all over the rear end of Kolwick into 1 and 2. That's the battle for 3rd as they go down the back straightaway. Trouble. Yellow's going to have to come out, as that is the 20 of TJ Wenninger, who was scored as 5th the last time around. So 5th place running TJ Wenninger spins her out in turn number 2.
This one's kind of get interesting. There's been contact made all over the place. A lot of shuffling around. Currently, Caden back up front. Vinny Opelt in second. Braden Kolwick in third. Chaz Mady in that 4th spot. TJ Wenninger was scored at 5th before the caution came out. Unsure what happened with TJ Wenninger, if that was all by his lonesome or if he had some assistance.
Chaz Mady, we mentioned him before we went green here, started in the 9th position and is making his way up through the field. TJ Wenninger had moved up from 11th up to 5th, so unfortunate turn of events for the 20T. Mady is into the 4th spot currently for car number 13, and the field bunches back up here for this last little dash to the checkered flag here.
You know, the cool thing about your IMCA Sport Compacts, I mean, we got 14 of them out here. The class grows every year. They continue to show up, continue to bring a lot of people to help out, a lot of people in the stands, definitely helping to grow the sport, especially here at Electric City Speedway. Caden back, your leader on this Delaware double file restart. Vinny Opelt going to elect the top side. Braden Kolwick on the bottom.
Lap traffic really doing no favors for Hudson there early on, and that's really what gave Caden back the opportunity to take the lead there. As it looks like Cassie Hudson's not even out there right now.
No, Cassie Hudson retired that machine to the pits. She did have a flat right front tire. I know there had been a couple laps that had been completed with her in the pits. An excellent showing out of Cassie Hudson, really leading her first couple laps.
And she really wasn't backing down before she got that right front flat.
Absolutely not. Caden back, going to lead the field down the back straightaway and into turn number 3. We got them re-racked, restacked, ready to re-fire here at Electric City Speedway. We're back to green. Caden back with an excellent start.
Through 1 and 2, back is able to gap the field. Chaz Mady into the 3rd spot, now takes the 2nd spot off of turn number 2. Trouble for Vinny Opelt. Opelt is off the pace in the 3 car as he pulls up and out of the groove. It's back and Mady now the top 2 as Opelt is going to pull that thing off, and we're going to stay green. Wenninger is in 3rd. That's the 20. Making his way back after getting caught up in a caution, Tyler.
Contact between Kolwick and Schnableger. Caution flag gonna wave. Excuse me, I guess we're gonna stay green.
What a save by
Wow.
Schnableger there.
Wow, what a piece of driving out of the 2.2. Race is on for the lead. Chaz Mady into the bottom. Little bit of contact made. Chaz Mady up front. You got yourself a new leader in the 13.
Wenninger coming to the party now off of turn number 4. A 3-horse race for the lead. Chaz Mady now starting to assert himself as he rolls through the top of 1 and 2, puts a little bit of distance, ever so slight distance over Caden back. Wenninger is closing up on back into turn number 3. As off of turn number 4, he follows him through this time. And we complete another lap.
Chaz Mady, your leader. TJ Wenninger looking to take a peek on Caden back. Not going to get it done out of turn number 2 that time. Smart driving out of the 20T of TJ Wenninger, getting into the binders, trying to stay out of the inside door of back. White flag going to wave this time for Chaz Mady. Down the back straightaway and into turn number 3. Off of turn number 4 for the final time. Chaz Mady going to get it done. Followed by Caden back, TJ Wenninger, Eric Frick, and Rodney Wagner, your top 5. How about that one, ladies and gentlemen? Put your hands together for 9th starting Chaz Mady. Falling back on the initial lap. He's sponsored by True Grit Paintless Dent Repair and Detailing, Mr. Tune-Up, Oxen Sun Towing and Recovery, Montana Real Estate Brokers, and Montana Silversmiths, all backing the 13 of Chaz Mady. Unfortunately, we do have some technical difficulties down in Victory Lane. Not looking like we're going to be able to do a Victory Lane interview with Chaz. An excellent piece of driving out of the 13 machine. Once again, put your hands together for Chaz Mady getting it done from the 9th starting spot on the field. Once again, he's sponsored by True Grit, Paintless Dent Repair and Detailing, Mr. Tune-Up, Ox & Son Towing and Recovery, Montana Real Estate Brokers, and Montana Silversmiths, all backing the 13 of Chaz Mady. As we prepare to switch gears and bring out your Auto Works Repair and More Wissota Super Stock main event. Your lineup from the back to the front. Starting on the outside of row number 7. Out of Joplin, Montana, in car number 22, Andrew Nelson. Starting 13th on the field, car number 22C, that's Chance Carlisle.
Row number 6 set to line up like this. On the outside out of Great Falls of the 1K, Levi DuPaul. And on the inside out of Belgrade in car number 11, starting in position number 11, Will Morgan.
On the outside of row number 5, out of Bozeman, Montana, the 32 star Bodie Smith. Starting 9th on the field, car number 85, that's Pacer Popham.
Row number 4, out of Houston, Montana, the 936, it'll be Chris Fielding. And joining us from Calgary, Alberta this evening in car number 70, the Mutt, Jason Johnstone.
On the outside of row number 3, car number 67, Casey Stephenson. Starting 5th on the field out of Three Forks, Montana, car number 4T, Matt Tribble.
Row number 2, set to line up like this in the 108 out of Bozeman, B-Money, Bill Monet. And on the inside, in position number 3, the 93, Clay Irwin.
On the front row, on the outside, car number 185, Patrick Lemire. And starting on the pole for your Wasota Superstock main event, car number 2, PJ Popham. Popham and Lemire going to lead the field down the back straightaway and into turn number 3. We got them bumper to bumper, side by side. The green flag waves. We're underway here with your Wasota Superstock main event.
And they're off into 1 and 2. PJ Popham slides across the groove and takes the lead. Lemire trying to battle back on the outside in the 85. Down the back straightaway and into turn number 3. Casey Stephenson playing peekaboo with the third spot. Bill Monet able to hold on to it in the 108. Popham leads the opening lap.
Popham, your leader. Lemire with a little bit of a tight race car. Bill Monet going to lead into that second spot down the back straightaway and into turn number 3. Casey Stephenson going to settle into that third spot now off of turn number 4 this time by.
Lemire fighting a tight race car. He's up on the top of the racetrack now into the waiting clutches of Matt Dribble in the battle for 4th. Casey Stephenson lurking now as Monet trying to close up on Popham off of turn number 4. Popham able to assert himself.
Matt Tribble settles into that 4th spot now. Casey Stephenson looking for every opportunity that he can muster around the 108 of B Money, Bill Monet. PJ Popham with a little bit of lap traffic in front of him. That's the 1K of Levi DuPaul.
Stephenson a little squirrely on the bottom of 3 and 4 that time. Wasn't able to get past Monet as the top 3 starting to close up. Tyler off of turn number 4. They're going to try and clear DuPaul. DuPaul pushes right in front of him. Monet gets the worst of that. Here comes Casey Stephenson into second.
Bill Monet going to try to battle back on the bottom of Casey Stephenson. Not going to do it out of turn number 2 that time. Casey Stephenson into that second spot now. PJ Popham with company in the 67 of Stephenson.
Stephenson driving her in deep into 1 and 2 with a slide job for the lead. PJ Popham cuts it back. Here comes Matt Tribble, Bill Monet, Casey Stephenson all right there for the top spot. Off of turn number 4, PJ Popham takes the lead and settles back in.
PJ Popham doing an excellent job of battling back against the 67 of Stephenson. Almost a touch and go there that time. Not going to get it done. Casey Stephenson into that first spot now. Off of turn number 4. Can he hold on to it? You got yourself a new leader in the 67 of Stephenson.
A little bit of a push is all it took. Stephenson took the lead off of the inside of turn number 2, and now this time off of turn number 2 starts it to pull away. Bill Monet all over the rear end of PJ Popham. Popham pushes off of turn number 4, and Monet and Tribble to second and third.
Popham with a little bit of trouble there as he's going to fall back to that 4th spot. Casey Stephenson with a little bit of lap traffic in front of him. That's the 22C of Chance Carlisle as we approach the halfway point. Casey Stephenson, your leader by a 1.1 second advantage.
10 up, 10 down, 10 to go. Now Stephenson stuck up behind the back end of the 22C of Chance Carlisle. Bill Monet going to try and step up his pursuit as he gets sideways off of turn number 4 right in front of Matt Tribble. And that ends that as Stephenson contact with Carlisle through 1 and 2.
Bill Monet going to close up on the 67. Lap traffic going to play a factor in this one. Levi DuPaul going to push up the racetrack. Casey Stephenson hard into the binders to get around the 22C of Carlisle. Casey Stephenson get the 3-for-1 special through turns 1 and 2.
All 3 of them at once. Bill Monet got 2 of them. Now he's going to have to clear the 11 to try and keep pace as Stephenson now has open track until he's got Andrew Nelson in front of him now.
Bill Monet through lap traffic. Your top 2 out in clean air. Matt Tribble going to set his sights on the 71 this time by.
Monet is not losing ground to Casey Stephenson. In fact, he may be closing back in. 0.7 of a second is the lead. Nelson gets out of the way. Stephenson a wide entry. Monet is able to drive her in deep, and Stephenson's going to lengthen his lead this time.
0.3 of a second on that last lap alone. Your top 3 out in clean air. Pacer Popham going to try to get around the 11 of Will Morgan. Thus far, it's been all Casey Stephenson up front.
Monet big time sideways through 1 and 2. Matt Tribble not close enough. He was able to clear lap traffic, but not close enough to do anything with Monet. Monet fighting a tight race car in the 108 with just a handful of laps to go.
3 laps to go. Stephenson, your leader, with a 2.5 second advantage that time. We got one facing the wrong direction in the bottom of turns 3 and 4.
And that was right in front of Casey Stephenson. That's Chris Fielding in the 936.
Chris Fielding going to bring out the first caution of your Wissota Superstock main event. We'll see what happens there. Bill Monet. Gosh, Bill Monet looking really good here in this one. I don't know. He might have something for Casey Stephenson.
He's going to have to do something wild on this restart because Casey Stephenson in open air is a force to be reckoned with.
Casey Stephenson lethal everywhere on the Speedway, especially on the restarts. If Bill can't get it done in the first, and really I think if it's in the first corner, I don't know that he's got anything for him. The thing that you got to worry about is overdriving the race car. You know, if you're in Bill Monet's shoes, you really got to be focused on hitting your marks, staying smooth, staying consistent, keeping your momentum up. But you can't go into the corner excited. You can't go in over your head.
Stephenson has been good high and low. He's been mostly favoring low when he has the choice. But when lap traffic is there, he's been able to get around him on the top side. So do we see him in open track go low or high through 1 and 2 as we get a look? Chris Fielding just looped it on his own. 3 laps to go here, Tyler. It's do or die for Bill Monet on this restart.
I think you'll probably see Casey Stephenson try to just keep his momentum up on the top side of the Speedway. I think that he knows that nobody can really hang with him on the restart. And really, the way that the corner is shaped in turns 1 and 2, it's way too narrow and it's way too paperclippy in order to throw a slide job. So if I'm Bill Monet, I'm going to follow Casey Stephenson into turns 1 and 2, just try to keep as close as I can on his back bumper and throw a slide job into turn 3.
Try to cut it down, get some momentum down the back straight away.
Really, the big thing is you want to be as close as you can to that back bumper, the guy in front of you, if you're going to throw a slide job. So really, the 108 of Bill Monet, I don't know if he's got anything for him in turns 1 and 2. He looks better in 3 and 4. So that being said, if he can stay tucked up on the back bumper of Casey, down the back straightaway and into turn number 3, you might see Bill Monet have something for him. Your Kids Club trophy presenter for your Wissota Superstock main event. It's going to be Harper McKinley, age 7. Once again, that's Harper McKinley, age 7, going to be our Kids Club trophy presenter. We'll have you meet Kelby at the gate just behind the flag stand following the conclusion of the feature event for your Wissota Superstocks. Chris Fielding with a little bit of mechanical trouble there in the 936.
So we've got our Dad's Day raffle here. Tyler Reinhardt and Darren Spring, you are a couple of the winners. We've got some goodies up here in the booth for you. After the feature, if you guys want to come up, and in between features, we'll give you a couple of goodies.
Chris Fielding back and moving under his own power. Should be just a couple minutes away from green flag action once again.
Got Pacer Popham stopped here on the front straightaway in the 185.
Casey Stephenson, your leader. Bill Monet in second spot. Matt Tribble in third, Pacer Popham in fourth, and Jason Johnstone, your top five.
All right, so cars are being told to file in behind the leader as the fielding stopping at the top of turn 2 just to get a quick once-over and talk to an official. Delaware double file restart. Leader stays out in front, and everybody files in behind him. Monet choosing the bottom.
Bold strategy, Cotton. We'll see how that plays out.
Lights out. Just a few laps to go off of turn number 4. Does anybody have anything for Casey Stephenson? Green is back out.
Matt Tribble on the top side of the speedway. Through turns 1 and 2, Tribble up top. Monet going to fall back into that third spot now. Lemire with some contact, and Jason Johnstone. Jason Johnstone stopped on the back straightaway. Contact was made between him and Patrick Lemire in the 185.
And the guy that we didn't even talk about, Matt Tribble, taking a shot there.
The top side of the speedway there on that restart proved to be a little bit more dominant. That being said, we had yet to complete a lap. So, we're going to have another restart. Bill Monet will have a chance to rectify his choices and potentially choose the top side of the speedway.
He did throw it in a little bit hard, get sideways down on the bottom of the racetrack, so it looks like he's staying down there, though. Jason Johnstone, unfortunately, making the long trek down here to race with us here this evening. His first night out this year, and it ends on the hook for the 70. Lights out. Still 3 laps to go. Stephenson, Monet still down on the bottom. Matt Tribble on the top. Bringing him back to green. 3 laps to go. Stephenson hammers it.
Field thunders into turns 1 and 2. Bill Monet hard into the binders, not going to get it done out of turn number 2 that time. Matt Tribble into that second spot. Bodie Smith looking to take his peek into that third spot now over the 108 of Bill Monet. We stay clean and green. Casey Stephenson continues to lead. Pacer Popham in the 85, slowing off the pace. He will retire that machine to the pits. White flag gonna wave for Casey Stephenson. Down the back straightaway and into turn number 3. Off of turn number 4 for the final time. Casey Stephenson gonna win your Wissota Super Stock main event. He's followed by Matt Tribble, Bill Monet, Bodie Smith, and Pacer Popham, Pacer Popham, your top 5. How about that one, ladies and gentlemen? Put your hands together for Casey Stephenson. Getting it done in your Wissota Super Stock main event. Once again, our Kids Club trophy presenter is going to be Harper McKinley. Harper McKinley, our Kids Club trophy presenter, will have you meet at the front gate.
One of the winningest drivers overall here at Electric City Speedway in the state of Montana and really in the Frontier region, especially when it comes to super stock driving. Out of the car, Casey Stephenson. Casey, you're charged through the field, had to deal with some lap traffic, kind of helped, kind of hindered, but eventually you got out in front.
Yeah, it was a good race, good track. I like these hammer down tracks. We need the cars. I like every super that's here. There isn't one I dislike.
Well said. So was your car working better up top or down low tonight? I noticed you used both lines.
This car's working so well, it really doesn't matter where we drive it. We put it where we got to get around what we got to do, and I prefer the top. It's easier for me to drive up there versus the bottom.
Undefeated in super stock action Electric City Speedway this season. 3 straight victories to open it up here in 2026. That's 4 here overall, 3 here in Electric City Speedway. How about it, ladies and gentlemen, for Casey Stephenson. And now we'll turn it over to John as you see the Winged Warriors of the Frontier Sprint Tour on the track.
Your Frontier Sprint Tour 360 sprint cars take to the Speedway now. One looks late to push out, a little worrisome. Looking around, it seems like that's Ian Myers, not yet pushed off there on the backstretch. You all learned where he is, and you'll relearn it here in a moment as I get through your starting lineup. It's time for your starting lineup, Electric City Speedway. Starting shotgun on the field from Anderson, Alberta, Canada, in the Rig Rentals, Trijet Services, Carlin Services, Summit Specialized, RPB Industries Construction Group, Impact Coatings, number 17, F. Paxton Fleming. Got news that he broke a rear end shifter, got it repaired. He started in the back last night as well. We'll see if he can make hard charger once more. On row number 6, starting in 12th from Valentine, Montana, in the JCT Trucking Prospect Merc Groom Paint Shop Vinyl Monkeys Pilot 406 MT hats, it's the 5'11 of Josh Broadbent. To his outside from Nanton, Alberta, Canada, in the Bender Custom Concrete Sierra Industries Mean Creek Outfitters Ballin Customs Bender Trailers number 17X, it's Sheldon Bender. Starting in position number 10, from Casper, Wyoming, in the Play with Gravity Riverview Chevrolet Heiser Farm Skull Tree Brewing number 2, it's Shad Peterson. Shad Peterson starting in 10th. To his inside, starting in 9th. From East Helena, Montana, in the Cap Paving Man Store Lucky Buckies J. Lowry Excavating Summit Collision number 38B, it's Brian Brown. Row number 4. From Helena, Montana, in the Nubby Peterson owned number 23N, it's Rich Bailey. Rich Bailey starting in the 8th position into his inside. From right here in Great Falls, Montana, in the Les Schwab Tires Flippin' Family Fun La Cocina Mexican Restaurant Paulson's Power Sports number 6C, it's the Montana Kid Cruz Riggin. Starting in 6th, row number 3, as we get into those who did redraw. From Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, in the Door Lakeland Cimarron Ventures LD Filtration MSD Electric Custom Automotive number 97, it's Matthew Dussault. Starting off your top 5 from Denton, Texas, in the Performance Battery Solutions Bray Industries Michael King Dream Coatings TR Graphics number 00, it's Christian Kinnison. Starting in 4th, from Lethbridge, Alberta, Canada, in the Diesel R Corp Overweight Trucking Horizon Truck and Body Kinetic Customs number 2JR, your points leader, it's Smiley Kelly Miller. Starting in 3rd, from Anderson, Alberta, Canada, in the Dewar Lakeland Carlin Services Ltd, Commotion Creek Contracting, RPB Industries, Linden Equates, number 7F, Declan Fleming. And your front row looks like this. From Helena, Montana, in the Chevy of Helena, AA Transmission, Kirkness Roofing, Bill Willis Masonry, The Man Store, number 37, your winner last time we were out here, TK Trevor Kirkland. And on pole, from Great Falls, Montana, in the Homeland Properties Western Office Equipment, Randy Wenzek, Pacer Sign and Design, though, and bro, number 24M, your pole sitter, Ian Myers.
Quick PSA, ladies and gentlemen, we need you to keep your kids off the fence while cars are rolling on the track, and no climbing on the fence especially. Thank you very much. I need Darren Spring and Scott Carlson. Please come up to the announcer's booth. Darren Spring and Scott Carlson, please.
A little bit of late breaking news, possibly. Our cars are rolling, and still sitting back there in the pit is your pole sitter, Ian Myers. Haven't gotten official word on if he's a scratch yet, but a terrible, terrible news breaking here late, if that is so. And we just got the official word. Your pole sitter 24M of Ian Myers is a scratch from tonight's event, which means your new pole sitter is going to be Trevor Kirkland, and to his inside will be Declan Fleming. Well, Declan Fleming will be the inside pole sitter, I should say, since the row is going to move up and as we get stacked up. So your top 5 is going to now look like this: Declan Fleming, Trevor Kirkland, Christian Kinnison, Kelly Miller, and Cruz Riggin. Your top 5 to start us off. The yellow lights are extinguished around Electric City Speedway as we're going to get ready to go. 30 laps to decide who of these 12 drivers is going to take home the 4th race. It's Fleming. It's Kirkland. It's Kinnison. It's Miller. We're chalked, stocked, and ready to rock. And the Frontier Sprint Tour goes under the green flag. A great start for Trevor Kirkland. He's going to get out ahead. Kelly Miller into second, and the caution is out. It seems with as quick as that caution came out, we may have had a jump start. It was a fantastic start for Kirkland, possibly too good. They're going to call it back, and we're going to go 2 by 2 once again. Kirkland and Fleming, they were the front row for their heat race, and you heard the little bit of banter between the two down here on the front stretch. But this one got called back once again.
Check.
It is Fleming, Kirkland, Kinnison, Miller. We're chalked, stocked, and ready to rock. The Frontier Sprint Tour goes back under the green flag. Another fantastic start for Kinnison. Fleming bounces once again, and it's going to be Kelly Miller into second once again. He sees the tail take of the number 27, and he sets it up. But Trevor Kirkland is going to lead lap number 1. First battle for position is going to be Rich Bailey. He's already gotten past Declan Fleming, who's backsliding quickly. And he's going to try to chase down Matthew Dussault there for the 3rd spot. Christian Kinnison, not a great start. He's already fallen all the way back to 7th. And meanwhile, someone who's had a great start is Paxton Fleming, already up to the 9th spot from 12th. Paxton Fleming on the move as he battles with Christian Kinnison to the outside. In front of them, the battle is on for the 6th spot. Cruz Riggin putting Declan Fleming under pressure. Fleming holds the spot for now, but Cruz Riggin is not going away, but he's going to have company here soon from Paxton Fleming. But back up front, Trevor Kirkland has already opened up a 1.3 second gap back to Kelly Miller. The battle for 3rd begins to ramp up. Around the top side, Rich Bailey has it wound up. He's trying to get by Matthew Dussault. He's going to give it a shot in 1 and 2. At the top, it's Rich Bailey. He's going to get her on the outside of Dussault for 3rd. What does he have for the top 2? Riggin was not able to get past Declan Fleming, and now Paxton Fleming has gotten by him a little close to the wall for Fleming, but he's going to keep it wound up. New gap for Kirkland. It's coming down. It's 1.2 seconds as he starts to get through lap traffic now. Trevor Kirkland holds the lead, but Kelly Miller, he's closing again. Is this same song, different verse from the first time we came out? This time, he's hunting down Trevor Kirkland. The gap is coming down. It's below a second. It's below a few car lengths, about 5 as they come across the line. Kelly Miller beginning to close heavily on Trevor Kirkland. Kirkland is going to dispense he's going to dispatch of Broadbent and put him a lap down. Miller, he gets it a little easier. Miller continues to close down that gap, but here comes Rich Bailey as well. Rich Bailey makes it a 3-car battle for the lead, and Bailey takes second to the line. Trevor Kirkland's got company closing quick. That 37 looks fast, but isn't as fast as the 2 battling for second. It's going to be held once again by Bailey, but Miller keeps trying to swap it back and forth with him. We'll see the cross flags this time. And it's Trevor Kirkland continuing to lead. The battle for second is fierce. Miller at the top, Bailey at the bottom. Miller winds it back up way up top. He's going to try to get back by, but Bailey's actually going to open the gap up a little. Meanwhile, he's closing the gap to Kirkland. It's stabilized a little bit, right about half a second. But the lap traffic of Bender slides up the track, bunches them right back up to the top 3 under a blanket in 1 and 2. Bender, a pain in the hind end for Trevor Kirkland. He slides past him. Here comes Rich Bailey around the bottom of the track. Kirkland keeps the lead at the line, but Bailey is now asserting that he's there. Lap traffic has brought your leaders together. Bailey's going to go back for it again. He's not going to get there. Miller has it wound up around the top. Rich Bailey has tried once for the lead. Does he have anything else? More lap traffic in front of Kirkland. It's Brian Brown and Christian Kinnison. 10 laps to go. Kirkland chasing down Brian Brown, but it slows. Here comes Rich Bailey. Bailey's opened the gap back to Miller and closed it down to Kirkland. Side by side on the front straightaway. Kirkland is going to make quick work of Brian Brown and start to open that gap back up to Rich Bailey. But as Kirkland goes back to the top, Bailey closes it just a little bit. Kirkland is going to feel better the more cars he can put between him and the 23N. But Bailey trouble almost for Cruz Riggin. It's going to check up Kirkland. Cruz Riggin got sideways, and it's going to bring Rich Bailey right back to Trevor Kirkland. We have a caution on the track for the slow car of Declan Fleming. The 7F slows to a stop, and it's going to bring out the yellow. This might be the saving grace for Trevor Kirkland. 5 laps to go when we're going to go green. It's an unfortunate ending to the night for the number 7F. He had a fast car and just wasn't able to keep up with the leaders, and now another gremlin for the 7F of Declan Fleming.
Real quick, John. The smoking area is down behind the Hoosier flags in turns 3 and 4, and that includes vaping. If you are caught smoking and vaping in the main grandstands, you will be asked to leave.
Thank you for that PSA, Kelby. You see them getting ready to push Declan Fleming into the infield now. It's just been a rough start to the season for Declan. In 3 of the 4 races, he's had some kind of issue, and it's been all times out that we've been out here in Great Falls. Last night, he had a fantastic run compared to these other 3, and it's just going to be another race not ending the way Declan Fleming wants it to. Back up front, though, your leader is going to remain to be Trevor Kirkland. Behind him is going to be Rich Bailey and then Kelly Miller. These 3 have been the only cars to finish top 3 all season. Lights are out. You see that green cone. You see the orange cone. That is your Bell Helmets restart zone. You see the orange cone on the front straightaway. That is your Bell Helmets cone. You cannot pass before it, you cannot hit it, and you cannot go below it. It's restart time! Trevor Kirkland gets wound up on the top, but Rich Bailey's not going to let him get away that easily. Kirkland now down to the bottom. Bailey a little slip up. Kelly Miller looking to the outside. Miller gets it wound up real good. So does Rich Bailey. Tight for the lead once again on the restart. Kirkland about a lane lower than Miller, but higher than Rich Bailey. Bailey's got it wound up around the bottom, and it's working. Bailey to the inside, but Trevor Kirkland holds the lead. It's 2 cars side by side for the lead almost the whole way around. They're going to enter side by side, almost touch. Here comes Kelly Miller around the outside. Sideways for Rich Bailey allows Trevor Kirkland to get away. Kelly Miller's going to put Bailey under pressure. Bailey comes back to Kirkland, so does Kelly Miller. Tight up front for the lead. Kelly Miller around the outside. He's going to get around Rich Bailey. Miller is going to stay up top. He's going to go for Trevor Kirkland now. A 3-car battle for the win. Miller goes a little up into the fluff, and that's going to allow Rich Bailey to get back by. It's all offense for all 3. Down the front straightaway, they see the white flag. Trevor Kirkland continues to lead. Kelly Miller's got a wound up around the top. He's going to have a run down the back straightaway. Does he have anything for Trevor Kirkland? Through 3 and 4, he does not. Trevor Kirkland gets his 2nd win of the season. Kelly Miller comes home 2nd. Rich Bailey 3rd, and Matthew Dussault 4th. What a run for Paxton Fleming coming home in 5th. But on the front straightaway now, your race winner in the Chevy of Helena AA transmission, Kirkness Roofing, Bill Willis Masonry, the Man Store, TK Trevor Kirkland. He holds off the second and third place cars coming behind him in a fantastic race all night. An impressive run for the Helena native. He's going to come onto the front straightaway and come down into victory lane. His second win of the season with the Frontier Sprint Tour. And it's an impressive one. He had to go to work for it. Coming into victory lane now, your winner, Trevor Kirkland. And we're going to throw it down to Kelby.
If you didn't like that, you don't like sprint car racing. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise. For the second time in a row. Last time was on an American racer. This time it's on a Hoosier. He's out of the race car, ladies and gentlemen, going up top. Trevor Kirkland. So victory lane photos here, and then we'll get a chance to talk with the winner. Trevor Kirkland with his drawing partner. Now the crew's getting in here. Wow. Trevor, what a race. 3 of the best in the Frontier region just throwing down. Walk us through it.
You know, it's kind of like a sitting duck out there on the front. You know, you don't know where everybody's going on you, but I seen Rich poke his nose underneath me once, so I moved down, and there's definitely a lot of moisture down there, so that was good, but sounds like Kelly was probably ripping around the top. So fun race. I appreciate everything Electric City Speedway has done for the racetrack. I mean, the racetrack was perfect tonight, so hats off to the track crew there. Thanks to you fans, and first and foremost, I got to thank Rich Bailey. Rich Bailey, the second place car, owns the motor in my car, so I appreciate him letting me run his motor and beat him tonight.
So let's compare tonight's racetrack versus the last racetrack when you guys were here. Very slick last time. Tonight, what was the biggest difference in you guys winning tonight?
This is more of a cardio racetrack. The last one was more of an old man racetrack. So last time it was a patience game. Tonight it was a hold your elbows up and hustle. So it's a fun racetrack, fun racing. I really do appreciate racing Rich and Kelly hard like that. And I think that as the races go on, I think the races are going to get better and better.
So that's it. 2 victories for you, 2 victories for Kelly Miller. How does it feel to be tied with Kelly for the winningest driver ever?
Yeah, I mean, Kelly's good, but I think we're just as good. So I'm happy to be here. Last night we ran second on 7 cylinders, and I think that we let Kelly get away with one last night. So like I said, Kelly's a great driver. He's a class of the field most of the time, but I think we're just as good.
Go ahead and plug all the sponsors on this car.
There's a few of them on here, but like I said, first and foremost, we wouldn't be here without Rich Bailey tonight. So we heard a motor last night, and thanks to Rich and his family for letting us run his motor. Thanks to Jeremy for all that he's doing at Electric City Speedway. We got Chevrolet Helena. Kirkness Roofing was a huge supporter of our team. RCM, Roger Cummins Motorsports, Man Store, list goes on. I mean, it's a true team effort, and we couldn't be here without everybody. I mean, these things are, you heard a motor like that, that's 30 grand. I mean, it's not like this racing's cheap, and we put a lot into these cars to make a show for you fans, and we wouldn't be here without you fans.
Kirkland Racing, always a family affair. Congratulations, Trevor. 2 wins in a row. Putting the rest of the Frontier Sprint Tour on notice. Trevor Kirkland, ladies and gentlemen. One more feature to go. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for the Staybridge Suites with Soda Midwest Modifieds?
As we bring out your Staybridge Suites with Soda Midwest Modifieds. Your lineup for your Wasota Midwest Modified main event. From the back to the front. In row number 6, on the outside, car number 33Z, Luke Zampich. On the inside of row number 6, from the 11th spot on the field, car number 64, Jerry Sangre Jr.
Number 5 set to line up like this. On the outside out of Great Falls in the 086, Tommy Bush. Wait, check that. Sorry. Row number 5. On the outside in position number 10 in the 7D4, Dayton Liscombe. And on the inside, car number 22, Michael Shore.
On the outside of row number 4, car number 4C, Travis Shoemate. From the 7th spot on the field in the 1H, Vernon Hill Jr.
Cody Pfeiffer and C.R. Eisensimmer from row number 3.
On the outside of row number 2, in the 086, Tommy Bush. And on the inside of row number 2, in the 24S, Carl Sangre.
And on the front row, on the outside in car number 44 out of Lewistown, Brickwall, Devin Chadwin. And on the pole for tonight's 20-lap feature in car number 54, Joseph Brooks. Tyler, real quick, what do you think of this racetrack? We just saw in the sprint cars, Trevor said that there was some moisture down on the bottom, but there were some drivers hammerheading around the top there.
Really, I think the entry more than anything, especially in turns 3 and 4, is starting to slick off pretty well. Looks like the extreme entry side of turn number 1 is pretty dry also, but turn number 2, I mean, really is looking really good. The exit at turn number 4 is looking really good. You can see the exit at turn number 2 starting to slick off a little bit towards the center up. I think the bottom side might be a little bit more dominant. We'll see.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, field rumbles down the back straightaway and into turn number 3. It bunches up in anticipation of a green flag start. Joseph Brooks, Devin Chadwin, pick out your favorite. It is hammer down time on Thunder Hill. Work green at Electric City Speedway.
Field thunders into turns 1 and 2. Devin Chadwin with a great start. Hard contact there. Looked like maybe Joseph Brooks got a little sideways in front of the field. Hard contact there. Vernon Hill Jr. is in the mix. Carl Sangre as well as Michael Schur. Looks like Eisenzimmer pulled into the infield as well. Hard contact there. Looked like maybe Vernon Jr. might have taken the brunt of that one.
Sangre and Junior, the first ones there to hit Joseph Brooks. Brooks, it looked like he just overcooked his entry going into 1 and 2 that time. Had the tires spin on him and he was going around. Your kids club trophy presenter is Chase McKinley. Chase McKinley, you are presenting the trophy at the end of this feature.
If you're tuning in live via Facebook or YouTube, you got a nice replay on your hands. You can see on the Jumbotron as well. Joseph Brooks through the center. Remember how I was telling you the entry in turn number 1 looking a little slick there through the center. Joseph Brooks getting right through the center and ended up getting a little loose in front of the field. Replay once again on the Jumbotron.
Really unfortunate there too. Joseph Brooks, a great starting position.
What a great addition that Jumbotron is. Really, I mean, you get a good replay, you get some live action, some zoom in. Pretty sweet.
Yeah, I was watching it during the sprint car feature, and it was our camera crew is really keeping up well with those sprint cars. They were getting some really good stuff.
Michael Schur rolling on the front straightaway. With a hurt race car. I can't tell if the J-bar is broken in that car or if the door is just that caved in. Michael Schur exiting the Speedway. Looks like Vernon Hill Jr. won't escape the clutches of the wrecker either.
Track championship points leader Vernon Hill Jr. Of course, Tyler Leach not here tonight. He's currently running second, but a guy who could benefit from this big time is Cannonball Cody Pfeiffer.
Absolutely. And you know, so Vernon Hill driving an MB Custom, you see the front bumper of those race cars. You see they're not hoisted from the front bumper. The front bumper of those race cars is extremely weak. I mean, those race cars are built to be up front and not be in some super heavy contact. You can see them lifting that race car by the upper A-arms. Tough break for Vernon Hill Jr. A fast piece of equipment, a fast car.
Eisenzimmer, another fast guy in this division.
It looked like maybe he broke a trailing arm on that race car. Yeah. Yeah, the 16 ounce. Yeah, you can see the left rear of that car pointed way at the right front. Something broke on the back side of that race car under the deck. Probably multiple somethings if I had to guess.
So Tommy Bush, Cody Pfeiffer, couple of guys who are in the top 5 really could benefit from 2 really fast cars, but especially Vernon Hill Jr. going off on the hook.
Yeah, you know, Devin Jadwin trying to hunt down his first ever WISSOTA Midwest Modified feature win. Might be a little bit more doable. Michael Schur out of the picture. C.R. Eisenzimmer out of the picture. The 1H Vernon Hill Jr. out of the picture. Looks like Joseph Brooks will come back out onto the speedway. He will tag the tail end of the field.
Also a great opportunity for a guy like Travis Shoemate, a guy who maybe not a regular in this particular division here at Electric City Speedway, but really he could come out and steal one.
Yeah, I mean, you can't count out the 74 Dayton Liscum or the 086 Tommy Bush.
I think we've mentioned everybody who's running right now, so this could be shape up to be a real dogfight, or we could be dead wrong. But, you know.
Only one way to find out. I mean, really, we started with, what did we start with, 14 cars? 14 cars went into turn 1. What do we got now? 1, 2, 3, 7? Is that 7?
Yep, that's 7.
Goodness gracious. May I present to you the WISSOTA Midwest Modifieds at Electric City Speedway.
So Joseph Brooks, we are doing a complete restart, but Joseph Brooks did have to go to the pits, so he will not get his starting position back, and we will crisscross, actually. So Devin Jadwin, who started on the outside of the front row, is going to start on the inside. Tommy Bush on the outside, Cody Pfeiffer, Travis Shoemate, Dayton Liscum, Luke Zampich, and Joseph Brooks. Still 20 laps to complete in this feature event.
Tommy Bush way up on the top side of the speedway. The green flag waves. Devin Jadwin with an excellent start. Field thunders into turns 1 and 2. Devin Jadwin going to lead the field down the back straightaway and into turn number 3. Tommy Bush in second. Cody Pfeiffer in third. Travis Shoemate looking to take over some spots there. Cody Pfeiffer a little tight on entry in turn number 3.
Shoemate able to take advantage and get onto the bottom step of the podium. Shoemate now sizing up the 086 through 1 and 2. Can't make anything happen now. He's going to try and dip it down low coming off of turn number 4. Battle for second is Devin Jadwin continuing to pick him up and put him down out front.
Jadwin up front. Bush on the top. Shoemate on the bottom. Into turn number 3. Tommy Bush going to keep his momentum up and get around the top side. At the flag stand, Tommy Bush into that second spot.
By 63 1/1000 of a second, this time Shoemate is able to clear him off of turn number 2. Bush, little out of shape perhaps down the back straightaway. Dayton Liscum up and into the top 5 as Bush tried to turn it back on Shoemate, but Shoemate's able to settle into the second spot.
Shoemate losing a little bit of ground there on the 44 of Devin Jadwin. Field starting to stretch out here late in this one. I say late, we got 5 laps complete this time by. Devin Jadwin, your leader over Shoemate, Bush, Pfeiffer, and Liscomb.
Liscomb making it roll up on the top of the racetrack. He's throwing that right rear in there on entry. Trying to sail around Cody Pfeiffer there in the 4th spot. As Jadwin continues to lead out in front. Jadwin, Shoemate, Bush, Pfeiffer, Liscomb, Brooks, and Zampich.
Devin Jadwin starting to find his groove in the 44 up front. Jadwin and Shoemate starting to pull on the rest of the field. Your top two over a 2.2 second advantage back to Tommy Bush.
1.5 seconds last time by for Devin Jadwin is off of turn number 4 this time. He continues to lead. Cody Pfeiffer has closed up on Tommy Bush off of turn number 2. Pfeiffer gets a little out of shape though, and Bush is able to reclaim some of that ground that he lost. Into 3 and 4, Bush pushing off of turn number 4, and Pfeiffer trying to keep pace in the OG.
Tommy Bush going to skate up the racetrack. Cody Pfeiffer with a lane on the bottom. Into turn number 3. Bush on the outside. Going to get a little sideways there. Cody Pfeiffer into that 3rd spot now. Halfway point on the field. Contact there. Looks like Dayton Liscomb with a flat right rear.
Cannonball Cody Pfeiffer into the 3rd spot as Devin Jadwin with a big lead out in front, a 2-second lead. Tommy Bush in trouble. The 086 is going to exit stage right. We're down to 5, so if you finish, you get a top 5. Cody Pfeiffer would really like to gain a couple more spots and win this feature event, but Devin Jadwin taking them to Gapplebee's right now with a 2.5 second lead in the 44.
Devin Jadwin up front. Travis Shoemate in that 2nd spot. About half a straightaway. Luke Zampich going to spin out in front of the field in the bottom of turns 3 and 4. Luke Zampich by himself in 3 and 4. Not what you're looking for if you're in the 44 at Devin Jadwin.
Jadwin was looking good out in front, but now Shoemate and Pfeiffer are going to have a chance because that's going to be your 2nd row. Zampich able to refire. Kind of spun it out by himself. There was enough of a gap in between all of the cars on the racetrack that really there wasn't much to hit in terms of other cars. You just overcooked it in the middle of 3 and 4. Down to 5, Tyler.
Down to 5. Looks like Travis Shoemate going to elect the top side of the Speedway. Cody Pfeiffer on the bottom.
I like that. Cody Pfeiffer's been really good on the bottom. Of course, it took him a couple of laps on the earlier restart to get his rhythm. Remember, he pushed in 3 and 4 that time.
Yes, he did. Devin Jadwin going to lead the field down the back straight away and into turn number 3. Off of turn number 4. The green flag going to wave here once again for Devin Jadwin in the 44.
Jadwin with a great restart. Travis Shoemate settles into the 2nd spot. Cody Pfeiffer with a run on him off of turn number 2. Going to try something into turn number 3. Shoemate able to close that door off of turn number 4. Luke Zampich now into the 4th spot. Brought out the caution and now is able to make up a spot into 1 and 2. Oh, Joseph Brooks going to go around.
Slide job out of the 33Z, not clearing the 54 of Joseph Brooks. Joseph Brooks hard into the binders. We're going to stay green as we click off another lap.
Zampich starting to close up on Cody Pfeiffer. Zampich not running the extreme inside, kind of right there in the middle of the racetrack, especially through 3 and 4 as Pfeiffer pushes up off of the inside. Zampich not quite close enough to make anything happen in the 33Z.
5 laps to go that time around. Devin Jadwin on the bottom side of the speedway. Shoemate really good through 3 and 4. Jadwin really good through 1 and 2. Devin Jadwin down the back straightaway and into turn number 3. Off of turn number 4. Here comes Travis Shoemate.
Shoemate really driving it in deep through 3 and 4, trying to make something happen as we get into the latter stages of this race. There's only 3 laps to go as Zampish took a shot at Pfeiffer that time. Couldn't make anything happen for the 3rd spot, but Shoemate tried making up some ground last time. This time, not quite getting anything on the 44.
Devin Jadwin continues to lead in his 602 Chevrolet crate-powered Skyrocket chassis. Off of turn number 4, going to accept a white flag this time by Devin Jadwin. Leading the field down the back straightaway and into turn number 3. Off of turn number 4 for the final time, getting it done in your WISSOTA Midwest Modified main event, Devin Jadwin in the 44. His first career WISSOTA Midwest Modified feature win here at Electric City Speedway tonight. He's followed by Travis Shoemate, Cody Pfeiffer, Luke Zampich, and Joseph Brooks. How about that one, ladies and gentlemen? Put your hands together for Devin Jadwin out of Lewistown, Montana, collecting his first career WISSOTA Midwest Modified feature win at Electric City Speedway. Great piece of driving out of the 44 machine.
Hey, you want to hit us with that Trophy Club name again?
Yes, sir. Looks like an Ellen Beanblossom, age 12. Ellen Beanblossom will be our Kids Club trophy presenter.
Helmets off. Jadwin set to climb out of car number 44. Here in Victory Lane on Thunder Hill. Ladies and gentlemen, your Staybridge Sweets WISSOTA Midwest Modified's winner, Devin Jadwin. Devin Jadwin here in Lane at Electric City Speedway here in 2026. Walk us through that feature. Started on the outside of the front row. Kind of ran away from him there.
Man, I didn't really know what to do. I mean, big hats off to Precision Raceworks, giving me a very, very drivable race car. I mean, that was minimal effort. Just kind of hang out and let the car do the work, which is how it should be. So big thanks to them.
So I kind of noticed that that you didn't really venture from the top of the racetrack. Did you have to go low, and did it feel good when you were down there?
You know, I was kind of coming out the bottom of 4 here. Just there wasn't anything up through the center, and the wall kind of scares me. So the tires is where I went, and it worked out, I guess.
It's funny for a guy named Brick Wall, the wall scares you. But so go ahead and plug those sponsors for us, Devin.
Precision Raceworks, TDK Bumpers, Snowy Mountain Honey Ranch, PJG Motorsports, Jamal's Fried Chicken.
Devin Jadwin in Victory Lane here at Electric City Speedway. Sweets WISSOTA Midwest Modifieds Division. Thank you very much for coming out and enjoying tonight's racing festivities. If you're headed to the gate, please drive home safely. And if you're headed to the pits and you want to use the front gate, please wait until Victory Lane is clear and keep your head on a swivel back there. Get an autograph. Got drivers selling T-shirts and other merchandise as well. We'll back there and visit them. On behalf of Jeremy Myers, Tyler LaPierre, and everybody here at Electric City Speedway, I'm Kelby Cross saying good night and God bless.